I'm glad you said it, because Telta, of course, is a jungler player, and they have been running a lot of jungle in general. So, actually, to kind of answer my own question, I expect even to see it in the jungle now because of that. So, but yeah, what he actually gets, well, that'll be up in the air to see.
Expecting Striders.
That would be something. Swift played the carry pick for BMG, or short laner perhaps. I guess it's that still in itself is not certain. I mean, this is a very kind of unknowing team here of where they're going to end up.
I'm kind of knowing in some way, because I did pick Midas Magnus, so pretty much the mid and suicide right there. And yeah, so they have kind of given it away at this point. Not to rain on your parade there, Breaky.
All right. All right, I'm wrong again.
I still love you, though.
Nothing new. Yeah, so you're suggesting that, so it is going to be a short lane Swift play then, the jungle war beast. Okay.
I think that's at least told. I mean, the Midas and Magnus can flip around to where they actually want to put them, but yeah, I think that's at least known in that regard. Yeah, because unless they run a support Midas, which is almost as good as the support Hellbringer.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least.
We've seen that a couple times, and yeah, it just feels so out of place. I mean, this hero's so dominant as a either suicide or middle that running in that support role kind of takes away. But yeah, that potential is there for sure. So the final pick is going to be happening here again, expecting it to be that support route. Doctor going to be happening. We're sync here.
Yeah, that's pretty unknown. That could still be a jungle doctor. I know Zlap does like to run it, so pretty interesting to see what they actually pick for Haxer. And he's been playing, I mean, I want to say almost all of his games that we've seen, he's been on Puppet Master, so and it is banned this game, so it could go onto him as well. But I don't think I've actually seen Haxer play Doctor, in all honesty. Okay, well, the Midas is going to be supporting.
Yeah, so that whole conversation we're having right there actually ended up kind of being true and working out. Now, and I guess they could Magnus mean support even, but no, that wouldn't make sense because you would probably want a range carry if that was the case. So, yeah, Midas is definitely going to be the support here. They finished fairly quickly with that Doctor Repulsor. So as you're talking about there too, Zlap will end up in the Doctor Jungle, and they get their Dark Lady carry as a strong fit. Now, I will say the Dark Lady here, it's not like there's the Mage Bane or a Doctor for that matter, or something where the silence is going to be really powerful against. I mean, both Warbeast and Swiftblade maybe not as concerned of a silence as others would be, but still it is Dark Lady. And she's strong, so.
Definitely a hero that can practically win a game by himself, so. Has a good supporting cast around him as well, but yeah, I mean, if they're going to... This Midas as support isn't my favorite thing in the world. I guess he doesn't really need items, in all honesty, to be a threat, and he's got a high kill potential at level 4, but he's not going to have that early portal key, which, I mean, is pretty standard on that hero. Mm-hmm. So not the biggest fan of it, but we haven't seen it very often, so I guess this will say something if it's actually a decent support or not, but I just don't believe it's going to be.
Yeah. Maybe another update here. Wait, were those oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying attention. Let me check the schedule again. Well, yeah, this schedule's wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sitting here saying, yeah, here's the schedule, and it's completely wrong. It's yesterday's. I don't know why it's not updating. That is really weird. Because it should be updating. Oh, you know what it... Wait. No, right here. Okay. Let me try this one more time. Again, you can go to ontour.com. The full schedule is on there, of course, but I want to be able to show it to you guys appropriately. No, that still says... Oh, that could be why. All right. Let me find it again real quickly. On the fly editing here. Oh, that's so weird. That's still not. I'll have to worry about that later. All right. Well, we got a game to worry about, so enough about that. Anywho, guys, so yeah, guys, that's not the correct schedule I've been showing you guys. What is happening is we also got Evil Corporation versus Nightmare Knights, as well as 2-0 versus Fresh. are playing currently at the same time. So we got 3 different series happening, including the one that we're watching here. We got Dr. Repulsor spotting a couple of heroes running in here, and I think Slapped might have seen that ward of sight being placed. Yeah, here comes a Rev Ward, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, he definitely just bought one. Yeah, there it is. So instant counter for him.
Try to deal with these Hellhounds first, but yeah, he saw that being placed. Good job standing on the uphill, waiting to see if they would be doing something like that, and sure enough,
Oh,
was correct. What's going on here?
Using committed 2 wards of sight to this. They're going to have no vision on the map whatsoever once this other ward gets countered. So, interesting. Oh my god. Well,
Yeah.
Slapped has done the unthinkable. Guess he didn't actually see where they placed it exactly, and that's going to be a pretty big problem for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little strange, because I feel like, if anything, he should have placed it a little more to the right here, just to kind of get both camps taken care of in case, but yeah, no, he definitely put in a spot that is just out of range of this ward of sight, so he realizes off the bat that he won't have a yellow camp, and he'll instead get a Stealth Hunter, Wild Hunter camp, so.
Yeah, and that's not the start you want on Dr. Jungle, so he's really going to be hurting right now.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to kill this camp. I mean, he's going to have a Q in 10. Oh, no, it's actually only 70, so he'll have one right now. He will be able to get it, just very slow. Plays another ward of Rev, actually.
He realized that, yeah, he misplaced the first one. I mean, yeah, he really needs that yellow camp, I would think, to be able to... Oh, top lane, by the way, Swiftblade. He's going to barely live. Oh, he even used the health potion a little too early, though.
Oh, my God, he missed it again.
Did he? Wow.
Oh.
Those are both just on the outskirt, man. He's got to be so frustrated right now. He's spent 200 gold to do this, and it's not happening. And that goes back to the ward of sight. I mean, you brought up that interesting point how they invested 2 ward of sights here in the jungle, where usually, you know, if anything, a ward of sight and maybe a rev ward to block a camp. But the downside of that, of course, is the rev ward doesn't last as long as the ward of sight. But this ward of sight, it's going to block until around the 4-minute marker. So basically the first, what could have been 5 spawns of this camp here are taken away from Dr. Repulsor.
Yep, and I mean, I guess he got an illusions, which is kind of a good recovery, but I mean, he still doesn't have a small camp, and he's still level 1 at 2 minutes, so he's definitely hurting right now.
Yeah. All right, well, again, we'll keep an eye on Zlap there and throughout this game and the progression, but again, top lane, we saw Boxy getting really low. Boxy playing the Suicide Swiftblade here, by the way. It's also a little somewhat unique as of late for BMG, usually running him in more of that middle role here, but interchangeable in this case. And actually, he's in a dangerous spot here. He's going to start spinning. Doctor, though, going to sit on top of him. Did not get his W, so won't be able to pull him in, but the freeze is going to set up easily more than enough damage. And Slapped actually gets the pull-us kill on top of that. You could say that's probably really necessary that he got it, because, again, a struggling start. That will help, at least.
Yep, definitely needed that in a lot of ways, so it's going to help his slow start to his jungle. Yeah, but I don't think he's actually going to counter this ward, and he's jungling without a small camp for the first 6 minutes, and that's pretty brutal for a Doctor jungle.
Behemoth down here running into Midas. Again, Midas, that support Midas in this case. Being played by Fusen. Make in that short lane as far as farming. So yeah, wait a second. This is just hitting me. Balthazar and Bubbles. What is going on here? The middle lane. I don't know why. I was so caught up with the whole Doctor in the beginning and the jungling going on here and what was happening over there that just realizing now that we got a short lane Magnus with a Midas support and a Bubbles mid being played by Balthazar. And then the Swiftblade's top.
Why not? I didn't even notice that as well. Balthazar is playing the Bubbles. Yeah, a little interesting. I mean, BMG's trying something new. Maybe they haven't been liking how things have been going recently. And, I mean, this is kind of the same lineup that Complexity ran yesterday with the War Beast as being the hard carry and the same kind of basic concept.
Yeah, definitely interesting choice here from BMG, but Boxy has kind of transitioned a little bit into the jungle now. It's going to just start spinning away at some camps here. Seeing about getting farm because obviously that top lane, he's having a little bit too much trouble. I guess this really does make a point that they really heavily prioritize these portal keys on especially Magnus, let alone Bubbles, before getting solid farm on Swiftblade is the key with this. Teltuk you do see in the middle lane with the Invis rune, but again, he's not really a jungler that's going to be setting up kills necessarily, so he is going to end up in the Hellborn jungle perhaps. No, he's coming back mid actually. So he wants to try to help with a kill here, but I mean, yeah, he spent a lot of time to eventually just spawn his wolves and then auto-attack once right there. It's just not, I mean, Warbeast is not a ganking jungler. That's pretty given, so.
Yeah, and that's going to slow him down. I mean, Zlop's even ahead of him at this point, so pretty interesting. I mean, Zlop had a really slow start as well. Still doesn't even have a small camp. He's just going to get it unblocked now from a ward going down, so. Yeah, a little interesting here by Teltuk, but I mean, it's Teltuk, so I shouldn't be questioning anything.
Yeah. Going over the Ancients here instead and just going to farm that away. I guess he figures the Swiftblade, again, has kind of transitioned into their jungle. But this is even more. This is just so odd to me that they're hurting the farm of their Warbeast when they're already having their Swiftblade, who's like their other physical carry, is kind of at a struggling start because of how they decided to set him up. So, yeah, BMG putting a lot into this portal key Magnus, essentially. I mean, he is going to have a very fast portal key. We see that here at 1,600 gold now saved up onto Make right now. So that is being accomplished at the very least for BMG. But then the obvious question from there is just, well, what do you do? Like, where's the impact going to be, and how will they make it happen? Because if you spend all this resource nerfing your other heroes, essentially, to get an early portal key on your Magnus, you better get some kills with it, or make something happen.
Yeah, and they also really have nothing going on with their Midas either. I mean, it's only level 10, and I mean, Midas just needs level 4, so I mean, they really need to just get him level 4 so he can actually be a factor at this point.
Meanwhile, you got Hellborn team here. Look at their positives. Dark Liddy, 370 gold per minute, doing it more the routine way. Dr. Repulsor, and that's almost unbelievable to me. The fact that his yellow camp, he got blocked, he spent 200 gold in rev wards only to miss it, and mentioning we just see this, I think it spawned at 6 minute as well, but the first essentially 6 spawns really or whatever were blocked there at the yellow camp, which is pretty good for a doctor who wants to stack that and do those quickly. He still manages 350 gold per minute. Again, a Bloodlust kill definitely helped with that. But it really kind of just has worked out for Sync, so that's the good news. And then Prisoner, he's sitting at a comfortable 300 GPM here as well. So yeah, Sync on the other hand, it seems like things, again, being a little bit more routine, things are actually coming together pretty well for them, including the Dark Liddy, once again, is nearing that 400 GPM now. So Magnus did choose to go Steam Boots first, understandable, of course. I wonder, I mean, do you think Make will actually go like more farm, like a Grave Locket, I mean more farm here now too, or will he now get the portal key?
I would like to see him go somewhat of build-up. Magnus can't fully combo at level 6, but I mean, with Steam Boots he can, so. But I mean, it's getting a Grave Locket wouldn't be too bad. Just another item, because going straight portal key right now, I don't know if they can really make too many plays happen other than mid. But maybe he should, just so he can abandon bot lane so that Swiftblade can start farming down there.
Swiftblade spinning down a camp and, again, trying to enhance a little bit of farm that he's gotten here. 205 gold per minute right now. So, getting a little bit better. Dr. Repulsor, ooh, Invis middle lane. They're going to go right here. Bubbles, he had no clue that obviously Doctor was sitting right on top of him. He saw Behemoth over there, you could tell, but he did not know Doctor was there. And that's what made the difference. Massera gets credit for the kill. And this start for Sync, again, it's coming together pretty well. So, even more pressure on Maki here playing this Magnus to actually really come through big time from BMG. So,
yeah, maybe him getting the portal key now is definitely the right decision, because they do need to start giving Swiftblade some farm. I mean, Warbeast isn't doing the greatest, like 211 GPM, so.
Bottom lane, Behemoth might be in trouble here. Swiftblade is coming down and ready for a spin. Magnus, though, he's not going to get in range. Swift Slashes will be used as well as that spin. You see a TP coming in. You see Behemoth doing that what he can, but obviously not enough. But now Swiftblade, he has a TP, but he doesn't have the mana even close for it. He's going to die here, most likely.
Yeah,
and it's a doctor, so this is not an exchange that's good at all.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, they need him to kind of be their carry, and he's just dying. So, pretty bad call, I mean, to go for that. But I'm looking at Behemoth here, and he actually put a 3rd point into his fissure, which you don't see very often nowadays.
Huh. Yeah, passing up the Enrage altogether right here. Give him that kind of option. Well, lasts a little bit longer, and you could argue maybe has a little bit more ganking presence, but that means the Shockwave may not be as strong, where normally you may level up the Heavyweight first to kind of be able to combo that, but yeah, going this Fissure way. Portal Key on Magnus, so he did eventually get the Portal Key after the Steam Boots here as well, and look where he's going. Where is it, middle? Yeah, he's going middle with it. So he's going to try to set up a kill right away. Bubbles coming in. There's the Song of the Sea, the Eruption. Okay. Gets the Portal Key. 15 seconds later has a kill. But he's going to die to Masera as Glacius frozen. Glacius does fall, but now even more response. Bubbles, he's going to get picked off. Dr. Repulsor, okay, he needs to be careful with his own life. He's going on top of that spin damage, but he is going to survive. And now he's going to look to chase Swiftplay, perhaps. You see Behemoth has a Fissure ready to go in 2 seconds. Don't know if it's going to be in time, though. Yeah, he sees a little too far. But, man, I mean, the great idea for Maki. It worked out right away initially, but then to die in response, that hurts once again.
Yeah. I mean, it was an interesting trade there. I mean, it just ended up being 2 for 2 in reality, so. But definitely went in favor of Sync there because they did lose Bubbles and the Magnus. So, for the Glacius and the for the Glacius, I'm getting confused on here. For the Glacius and the Prisoner, so definitely a good trade for the Sync side. And I mean, they have a pretty natural gold lead at this point. I mean, the hero kills are only 5 to 3, so that's just natural farming.
Swiftblade, he's going to be found by Glacius here. The hook hits him. Obviously, Physical going through that spin right there. There's the Shackle on top. Magnus, though, stuns in at a prime time. Bubbles following as well. They get the kill on a Glacius, but at what cost here? Shockwave coming out from Behemoth. Swiftblade all of a sudden, he's just about dead. And Dr. Repulsor going to help finish him off here in the end as he does. The hook on a Midas hits. Midas getting away initially, but Dark Lady joins the party, and she gets the kill onto Midas before she can escape. So Haxorin at least gets in there for a little bit as well. And he's now 1-0-1, and he got one of his broadswords well on the way to the Rune Cleaver. So you got the top 3 farmers in the game right now, all belong on the Hellborn side, and it could get better right here. Warbeast, who's had a little bit of a struggle, kind of been suicide. He's going to ultimate, but that freeze will keep him in place. Good idea from Teltook. Unfortunately, the freeze did him in right there. And another kill for Sync. Yeah, I mean, Sync is no doubt playing this well, too. But, I mean, the fact that Doctor's recovered as he has, this is ridiculous. He's 400 gold per minute after getting hurt so early on. But the laning was what really did it, I think, for BMG here.
Yeah, I don't like how they did it. And, I mean, Zlapt recovered. I mean, credit to him. I mean, obviously, having that, I guarantee he was pretty tilted after missing 2 Rev Wards on it. But he really pulled through here. And, I mean, he's doing great now for his team and created a lot of space for Haxton to get this cleaver that he almost has in 100 gold.
See Magnus coming back towards the bottom lane, but again, as far as carries go, Swiftblade and Warbeast are 212 and 205 GPM right now. So again, the laning phase set up for this. That's the thing. So you can't necessarily blame them really, but that's just not going to be looking good for BMG. They were really banking on Magnus being of a high impact, and he had the right idea, but unfortunately got turned, and we're kind of seeing the end results here now. Again, Magnus is still 385 GPM. Impressive stuff there. He's well on his way. His 1,300 gold saved up to whatever he's going to ban next, which there's a Neophytes book. So sure, I mean, an early tablet will be nice too. But you do got the icon already on Dr. Repulsor now. Dark Lady does have a Rune Cleaver. So even if you try to transition now to be more farm on your carries, get more of a carry presence, Dark Lady's just so far ahead now. I mean, she's doubling. If you add up Warbeast and Swiftblade, she's more than that right now. So there you
Yeah,
go. That's where the
I
game's
don't
at.
know. Sometimes with Celtic, I just don't understand why he's level 8. I mean, it's not like he sacrificed the jungle to Swiftblade, but I mean now Swiftblade's bottom lane, so he's just farming really slow. Like there's just no other way around that. He's just not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think it's almost like there was a little bit of confusion in general, too, with the way they kind of swapped it out. I mean, Swiftblade died there early on at the top lane, and they kind of swapped that up. Warby's kind of went top, or he's even doing Ancients for a little bit while Swiftblade took over the jungle. So, yeah, just a little bit of confusion. Maybe just didn't necessarily have the plan in full going into this. Behemoth will deny the bottom tower. Might cost him his life, though, as he's going to be gone out here. But actually, TP's coming in. Yeah, they didn't really combo the best, and now Midas in trouble as well as Swiftblade. It just keeps getting worse and worse for them. Bubbles comes in, at least kills that Behemoth they finally went on in the beginning to cause this all to happen, but now even Baltazar's dead. There's really no way he's getting out of this one.
Yeah, I don't want to call this game this early to be done, but I mean, look at this Doctor. I mean, 430 GPM with that slow start. Dark Lady's 530, and Prisoner, I mean, he's almost 400, so it's just kind of really going downhill. And they don't have the hard carry. Their hard carry being Swiftblade and Warbeast, and they're both incredibly underfarmed.
See Zippe there giving some shout-outs to his role that he plays and knows so well. It's true. I mean, right there, that's a classic example of a suicide hero. It's like, well, I'm dead, but we just killed 3 of you for that. So, well, as a team effort, we'll take that. Warbeast, he's going to escape. Surprised Doctor didn't chase that.
Yeah, I mean, he hit an icon, so he would have got the regen and probably would have lived. I mean, already has 6 charges on it, so definitely making use of it. Oh, actually, they might catch it. No? I was wondering to see if Glacier's going to walk up that hill and maybe see him, but does not.
But yeah, Behemoth, the portal key, as you're mentioning there, is just about happening anyways. Nice catch in the middle lane, by the way. Dr. Repulsor, he did not ultimate in time. He actually goes down right there. Magnus coming in with that eruption at a clutch time, so they saw him roaming towards the middle, and they are able to jump him in. Something for BMG at least, going their way right here.
Definitely a big kill. They needed that to happen, and killing Doctor is good, but now they need to kill Haxtron. I mean, Haxtron's just getting up to 600 very fast, and he does a lot against those Legion heroes. I mean, Bubbles, Magnus, Midas, they have huge problems against that hero, so he needs to, they need to address this Dark Lady, and sooner rather than later.
Behemoth, there we go. There's the portal key. See, double stack Ancients right here, so if he's thinking about doing it, but not going to do that. But Boxy, obviously working off of that straight gold right there that he got from killing Dr. Pulsar, 581 bonus there, so finishes his Energizer. The Ghost Marchers. He's trying to find more room to farm with now. Teltic at the top lane, 270 GPM, so him and Swiftblade, they are going up a little bit here. But again, Dark Lady at 580 gold per minute. Still the impressive point here at the Abyssal Skull. And what did she just buy? Firebrand, I'm guessing?
Yep, bought a Firebrand.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark Lady alone has higher GPM than both their carries combined. So with the combination of that Doctor, it's going to be pretty brutal in these early team fights, especially with the portal key now finished on the Behemoth.
Oof, and this transition right here, too. She ports bottom. Triple stack Ancients is going to clear out the creep wave first, but going to go over here with a little bit of assistance. Glacial Downpour, perhaps. This will be an easy triple stack Ancients, and that GPM, it's going to be upwards of 630, 640.
Yep, going to be 630.
630.
Close
Oh,
enough.
624. Okay, not as high.
Close enough.
Only 624.
Yeah, he's only a little strong at this point. So.
Yeah.
Did he? He had to have just bought something.
He just bought something else. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what it was, but
I'm going to assume it was a Mighty Blade.
things are happening so quickly with him.
Yeah, man, it's just GPM's just going to keep rising as well. And they're not going to have an answer once he gets a shrunken head. He's just going to be able to run through their whole team.
And that's not helping either. Slapped. Finds a pick on Amaki in the middle lane. However, Behemoth getting a shockwave. No, he could not. Oh, he already did, I guess, so would have been able to. Anyways, Dr. Repulsor, he's being frozen, but now Dark Lady again comes back in, and look at that damage. Double tap for Haxtron. He wants more, though, damn it. he's going to chase. He does have the cover of darkness, but not going to use it here. Instead, just going to beat down the tower, get that killed, and then jet on out of there. So what was, again, a positive initially for BMG ends up in a negative as they give up a double tap to Dark Lady. And now the Shrunken Head is so close. We're only 20 minutes in. We're going to see an Abyssal, Rune Cleaver, Firebrand, and Shrunken Head, really, on Dark Lady already. So I don't know if BMG can really take too many more of those hits here.
Yeah, one more big one like that. I mean, losing 3 more heroes. I mean, they're 3 cores. If they, yeah, one more time like that, it most likely. Oh, sweet. Okay, he feels that far ahead. He finished his Frostburn, and now he'll just look to go to Shrunken.
Yeah, well, it's safe to say. I mean, Shrunken's not really. It's not like he needs it here this game, with how it's going, especially. Yeah, it will be good eventually against the Magnus, the Bubbles, Midas. Although his support's still dangerous, but is, as you pointed out, clearly not looking like he actually needs it just yet. So, flying go on the Frostburn first. I know Zlap likes to do this. He gets the Light Brand into the eventual Grimoire here, so kind of transitions into somewhat of a hard carry too. That amp damage.
Yeah, definitely. Grimoire is a super strong item on that hero. So, together, I mean, getting to the point of where if he gets a Shrunken Head after this Grimoire, they're going to be unkillable, and they're diving mid really hard.
Again, they're taking risks right here, but this is what happens when you take risks. Maybe necessary because of where you're at, but they're going to get turned on. Magnus goes down. This was for a main support Glacius, remember. And Bubbles is too going to fall. So 2 for 1, and here goes Kongor.
Yeah, and that's going to be a free token, and yeah, oh my.
Or here goes Swiftblade.
Yeah, he's going to have the mana to pull. They should be able to get this kill. I'm not sure why Prisoner...
No, he's fine.
Yeah, I don't know why Prisoner didn't chase. Zlap definitely would have had enough to ulti and pull, so... I mean, it's a hindsight thing. They could just go push mid now or go take Kongor. They could do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah.
They're pretty unstoppable.
God, 730 gold per minute. Dark Lady here. 21.5 minutes in. Ridiculous. Behemoth, a level 2 Shockwave. He's antsy. He's ready to use it right here. Teltic does have 2,800 gold saved up, so he's going to have at least a next item soon, hopefully. What is he? He's going to the side shop here. Okay, he's just buying a Homecoming Stone. So thought it might have been doing something a little crazy there with like a Whispering Helm or something, but no, just gets the Homecoming Stone. He's going to continue to farm at the top lane, so maybe just going to be looking to right-click a Shrunken or something like that coming up here. So HTS will be good, but with the pace of the game right now, it is kind of funny with the GPM chart. I mean, you look. I mean, Magnus 343, Bubbles 320. It's not like it's, again, horrendous right now with their farm, but it's just so dwarfed by that 737 GPM of Dark Lady. And she did just get a Shrunken Head now, too, with the Frostbird finished.
Yeah, he's gonna be 6 slotted in a couple minutes here, and they could just, I mean, they're gonna go force fights right now. They'll probably just get a free Kongor right now, give him the token, and Shrunken also finished on Prisoner.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they had an easy chance to do Kongor there, but again tried to chase Swiftblade and eventually just didn't do it there. But he's definitely wide open. I don't think it would be stopped here, that's for sure. I guess with Warbeast, maybe it's a little bit of a concern with the Hellhounds, although Rev Horde would easily take care of that, you'd figure. Although we did see the other day, what you got was able to sneak into a Kongor pit and kill a token, so.
It's still there. Still a possibility, but, I mean, at least in this game, that token wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world. They could still just run through the other team, so. This needs to be this BMG team. I mean, yeah, getting this tower will be nice, but they really need to start getting some pickoffs.
Yeah, I guess that's where the argument is for the Hellborn team. That's why they're just not even bothering with Kongor just yet. They don't need it either. Now they are going to do it now, kind of, you know, a just because kind of case. What else are they really doing? But you do see the Legion team heading over. Magnus with that Veiled Rod. He's coming in here. He's going to run into them eventually, and they're going to go on him first. Magnus is dead. And now the Legion team has no really strong initiation, and that's definitely a open Kongor here, if it wasn't already. So here comes the token for a level 20 Dark Lady already.
We could quite possibly see an 800 plus GPM Dark Lady here in a couple seconds.
I still find it amusing. I know BMG probably doesn't, but it's Doctor, by the way, using this regen to fly around. But again, to start that Zlab Tad, just transition into him kind of helping to take over this early game and as a team. But yeah, you look back once again, the lane choices here of BMG, it was just a little odd. Warbeast is going to get caught at the top lane and probably killed. Yeah, Doctor is going to chase him down, so not much he can do to get away there. He actually has 3,100 gold. Not surprised, though. Grimoire power on Dr. Repulsor. Dark Lady will kill Swiftblade off into the jungle. I think BMG, I don't know when enough is going to be enough for them, but I would think it's soon.
Yeah. Wow, a full Dawnbringer finished on the Dark Lady. You don't see that very often anymore, but
No.
he's that far ahead. And oh, Baltha. Oh, did he get that off? Glyphs. There you go.
Yeah, managed the portal key at least. But Dark Lady's definitely in a spot if he could 1 versus 5 here. Because of where we're at. There goes the middle tower.
Yeah, he's going to get 800 GPM off these Ancients as well, so it's enough is enough.
Yeah, this game clearly just not working as planned here for BMG. They had an idea here, and again, it's like I'm not saying it was just flat out stupid to lane how they did, because the idea was there of get the early portal key on Magnus and then transition, but as we kept going back to, it just really put the pressure on Make like tenfold. Like, he better have made big plays with that portal key, or else this game was going to get out of hand. And although he kind of did initially, the immediate death after it, and then you can kind of tell they just never were really to get that going. Their carries never really got farm initially, and Dark Lady in the meantime was getting it all. And we see this end result. So it's a victory for Sync, and